Hello, welcome to another tutorial from scriptvideos.com. Today we're going to be learning how to use a web form to send an email from your website directly to you or anyone you choose. Here's the form, and what the form does is when you put it on your website, a user can put in their name, an email, subject, and a message they want to send to you, and they can send it directly to your email. Now, the way this particular form works is if they leave anything out, say for instance they leave the subject out and they try to send it, the script sends them a warning and it says please enter your subject, and what happens is when they click OK it goes back to the subject field so they can fill that out. Now if the form is completely filled out, they can go ahead and send the message, and when they send the message they receive a message that tells them your message has been sent. Now you can replace that with whatever you want. You can make it as fancy as you like. But if we go to our email and we check our inbox, we see that we have another email in, okay? And here it's from the demo user, and they put their subject in. This is my demo subject. And if we look at the email, we can see that there's a subject and it's from the demo user, and that's the demo user's email, and it's to the demo admin, and I put this in the script and I'll show you how to do that. And then here we see that the message that they sent us is right here. This is my demo message. So that's how the form works, and now I'm going to show you what the script looks like. Okay, here we are. We're at the script. It's a one-page script, and the script is built with two PHP functions. Okay, here's the first one. This is the send mail function. I'm going to show you how all this works, okay? But this is the send mail function, and then down here we have the print the form function. And what that does is it actually prints out the form for them to fill in all the blanks and submit it or send the mail. So what happens here is we have to decide what we want to do on this page. There's two functions and they don't happen until we call them. So if they just show up at the page, we're just going to print out the form so they can email us. Okay, and that's what these conditions are right up here. These are the conditions for the script. Okay, the first condition is if they have hit the submit button, we've set a variable called job to send email. So what happens is when they click that, the job comes in as send email, and when that happens we're going to go ahead and send the email. Now if they just show up without hitting anything, we're going to print the form so they can begin filling that out. Now you don't have to worry about putting all this on your web page. This is a one-page script and it's got roughly 200 lines of code in it. You don't have to worry about putting all of this on your web page. I mean, if you wanted to add it into your web page, that would be a lot. I'm going to show you how to do it really easy, okay? But first let's talk about our function here. We have our send mail function, which is right here, and what we have to set in here is number one, who you are. If you're sending it to Bob, then you would change that to Bob and you would put Bob's email right here. And then here's the message that they received after they send the mail, and you can put some HTML in here. You can say whatever you want to say. You really don't have to worry about all this that much, other than just changing this name, email, and if you want to change the message down here you can do that. But down here we have the other function, which is the print the form function, and inside that function we have JavaScript, and the JavaScript is how we verify that all the fields are filled in, which I'll show you here in just a second. And then we have our CSS, and the CSS is just for the design of the table and the form. And then down here we have the actual form, which is just the HTML code, and it's just a form, and then we have a table, and then we have just set it up to where they have, their name, email, subject, message, and then the button. And that's all right there for you. Now, right now in this demonstration, I have set the values of these to demo user, and then a demo email, and then a demo subject down here. And you can just take all those out and change those. But that's just the simple form. Now, the way this works is when they fill everything out, they hit the submit button, which is down here, and it'll go to the JavaScript and process the form and then decide what to do. So if they leave a field blank, then it'll go up and leave them a message saying, hey, you can't leave that blank, and then they'll make them fill that out. Now here's that job I was telling you about right here. This is the job that we set. It's a hidden field, you can't see it in the form, and there you see that it's hidden. The value's empty, and the name of it is job. So let's look at the JavaScript. Okay, here is our JavaScript. Right here we have a JavaScript function that says submit form, and this function is run when they click on the button to send the email. And the first thing we do is we just set some variables here and give them names so we can use them in our script. And we just have the username, email, subject, and message. Okay, now the first condition in the script says if the username is empty, we're going to send them an alert that says please enter your name, and then it's going to go to the username field and it's going to stop the function right here. It's not going to go any further until they fill that out. And what it does is it goes through each one, goes through the name, then the email, then the subject, and then finally the message. Now if everything is filled out properly and we've got past all of that, at that point we're going to set the job to send mail. So this is where we set the value of that job when we first load this page, when we had the condition. And then we're going to set the action to send it to the same page. In other words, when they send the mail, when they click that button and everything processes okay, it's going to go right back to this page. And then we have the submit, which actually does the submitting and submits it. So that's how the JavaScript works, and you can change that around if you want to change those messages. Like if they leave their email out, we've got in here please enter your email so we can contact you. You can change those around. Okay, let's go down here and look at our CSS, which basically gives the form its color and its background. It's like here we have our form table. This is a class, and you don't really have to worry about it other than just if you want to change the color, like the background here is a certain color, and if you look at that you can see that the background is this gray looking color. And then down here we have our TD, which just is our cells, and we're just giving it some spacing, a little padding there, so everything's not right up to the edge of each cell. And then here we have our label, which just are our labels here, like this is a label message and this is a label subject and so on, and you can change the color of that, and you could add different fonts or a different weight. And then the input, which is the input field, which is right here, we set those to like a darker gray. So those are the input fields, and you can change those colors. And then we have our text area, which is the same thing. This is a text area, this big one, and these are input fields. So you can change the colors of those. And then we have the title, which is just the title of the form here, send me a message, and you can change all this around to suit your needs, whatever you like to do there. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you how to insert this script on your web page anywhere at all, as long as you're using a PHP page with the PHP extension on the end. I'll show you how to do that right now. Okay, here I have a demonstration page. This is just any page you might have your header up here, your footer, you might have some links, just any design, whatever your design is. And then I want my web form here. So rather than try to put all of that code and that entire script right there into this spot, let me show you. Let's find that. Here we go. Now this is just a simple table, and it says here's my web page header, okay, and there's my navigation, and here's where I want to put the actual script. So that entire script will fit right on this line here. I don't have to paste all of this code from our script. I mean, that's quite a bit. I'm not going to have to paste all that code in there. All I have to do is include it in this particular spot right here. Okay, to do that, we're going to put in the PHP tags, and we're going to include once, and then we're going to put in what we're going to include, and we're going to include the page send mail.php. We're just going to include that right there, and that's it. So when we actually preview that, we can now see that our web form is placed right where we wanted it. And you can put it anywhere you want. You can put it down at the bottom, you can make it go to the left, you can make it go to the right. You can do anything you want with that. But let me upload this and we'll go test it on the server and see what it does. Okay, here we are, we're on the server now. This is live on the internet, and here's my form. Everything's here. Now I can change this around a little bit. Demo user, I could just say James, and we'll leave that email there. And this is my demo subject, we'll just say 2, and this is my demo message 2, and they can put whatever they want in here. Now as soon as they're done, here, let's do this. Let's pretend that they forgot to put in a message and see how that works. Okay, an alert, please enter a message. Alright, and then it goes back to the message field. Okay, that works. So now they can go ahead and submit the form, and what happens is the message appears right where you left the inclusion on your page. So it just kind of does the same thing, except it does it all right here. So now that the message has been sent, let's check our email and see how that worked. And check in our inbox, we have a message, and it's from James this time, and this is my demo subject 2, and in here I can see that this is my demo message 2, and that's it. That's all you have to do. So hopefully you've enjoyed this tutorial, and I hope it helped you out. You can download this script and all related files at scriptvideos.com.